welcome to Advent of Code 2021, Day 2 in C++ 20.
If you like my videos,
feel free to do nothing. Just grab a cup of coffee
and enjoy.
You can find all this code on GitHub on this URL, and the URL is also in the comments below. So all the processing takes part in this function, part1 result, and I tokenize by putting the const char with the p data into a standard string. Then I use a regex together with the standard regex token iterator to iterate over white spaces, white space separated tokens, and then I use this iContainer helper struct to just get a begin and end from that, so that I can do a range for loop down here. The actual parsing is made using this internal state. So I recognize that the input is made up of two tokens, the command and the argument. So I used an internal state, and for the even state I take the command and put it in command first, and if it's an odd, the state is odd, I convert the argument that's now an integer, put it in the second, and I call this move2, that updates the position according to the machinery of the navigation. So here's the machinery. This inside the struct position, and this implements the navigation of the x position, the horizontal position, and the z position, which is the depth. And you don't get confused by this code. It's a leftover from when command was a tuple, but it works on pairs too. So this just gets the size t element of the command, which is of course the second one, the left one, sorry, the right one. Anywho, here's the command evaluation. So I made this function to convert or transform from the string command to an enumeration. And I use this trick that I I loop using an integer, but I use the values of the enumeration. So I put in here the unknown as the lowest enumeration value and undefined as the highest. And then I just switch on I, and I can match the integer with the enumeration. And for each of this enumeration, I check if the corresponding command here, the string, is the one for this enumeration command. And ideally, I would like to break this for loop when this match happens, but because I'm inside a switch statement, the break breaks out of the switch and not the for loop, and at least I don't know if I can break out of the for loop inside here. So I use the match flag, and then I check the match flag down here, and if it is a match, I just static cast the integer to the result enum and return that. And for part 2, the only thing I have to do is to replace the machinery with a position 2 type instead. Everything else is identical. And here's the machinery for position 2 struct. And of course what we have added here is the aim parameter, and the x and the z gets updated in a new way, and the up and down just affects the aim. Just check the code here finally. So the main function just calls the part 1 and part 2 result functions with test and live data. And of course I could have pruned this code a little bit, because part 2 is basically part 1 with only one change. So yeah, anywho, I left it like this, and here's the enum. So nothing more to see here, and we can run it. And I'm on Mac OS here in Visual Code, so we get the output like this. And I also tested this code on Visual Studio 2022, the Community Edition, on Windows 11 nonetheless, and it works here too. So that's a nice side project to do cross OS compilation. Okay, so if you have, thank you for watching and see you next time.
If you like my videos,
feel free to do nothing. Just grab a cup of coffee
and enjoy.